Welcome to Sarasa Samutsaran School. This is Science Matayam 2.
Hello everybody! Hello everyone! Hope you're all doing good today. Welcome to our class. My name is Teacher Carla Circulado, and today I will be teaching the subject. So if you are ready, you can bring out your notebook, your pen, and your books, and please pay attention. Let's begin.
Okay, now let's begin our lesson by reading first our vocabulary words. Please listen carefully as I read each word twice on our first set. Rainbow, rainbow. Opposite, opposite. Arc, arc. Now repeat after me. Rainbow. Opposite. Arc. Very good. Now listen again as I read the second set of words. Orange, orange. Indigo, indigo. Purple, purple. Now repeat after me. Orange, indigo, purple. Very good. Now listen again as I read the third and last set of words. Spectrum, spectrum. Fountains, fountains. Yellow, yellow. Now repeat after me. Spectrum, fountains, yellow. Very good. Now let's move on to our dictation. 3 words. So bring out your paper or your notebook and write as follows. If you are ready, let's begin. Number 1. Spell the word rainbow. Number 1. Rainbow. Number 2. Spell the word indigo. Number 2. Indigo. And number 3. Spell the word purple. Purple. Now let's check your answers. Bring out your red pen. If your answer is correct, please put 1. But if your answer is incorrect, please copy the correct answer beside your answer. Number 1. Let's read and spell together. Rainbow. R-A-I-N-B-O-W. Rainbow. Number 2. Indigo. I-N-D-I-G-O. Indigo. Number 3. Purple. P-U-R-P-L-E. Purple. Very good. So our topic for today is in Unit 1, Light. We can see this majestic and beautiful set of colors in the sky after it rains. What is this? It's a rainbow. And we will talk about it today on our topic. So if you can open your books on page 10, Spectrum of Light. If you are there, let's begin. Everybody repeat after me. Rainbow is a natural phenomenon. Very good. So it says, rainbow is a natural phenomenon. When you say phenomenon, it's natural happening or natural occurrence. It happens naturally. Okay, so we will talk about it more, about the spectrum of light on our succeeding slides. Now let's move on. Let's read the first paragraph. We usually see a rainbow when the sun comes out to shine right after the rain. Repeat after me. We usually see a rainbow when the sun comes out to shine right after the rain. Very good. So we see the several lights or colors of rainbows usually when it stops raining. Okay, or right after the rain when the sun comes out. Okay, that is the regular or usual time when we see a rainbow, right after the rain when the sun comes out. Okay, now the next paragraph. The center of a rainbow is always opposite to the sun. So, it says the center of the rainbow is always the opposite. It means when we see a rainbow, example, we are here, we are always at the center of the rainbow. So, if we are facing the sky, we see the rainbow, the sun is behind us. Okay, because the rainbow is always at the opposite side of the sun. So, if the rainbow is in front of us, the sun is behind us. If the sun is in front of us, the rainbow is behind us. Okay, opposite. Next. We normally see the combination of all colors as white light. As we already talked about on our last topics, we know that a white light or a light is composed of several colors. When a white light passes through material or a medium, it disperses into several colors. Okay, we will talk about it more later on. Now, let's ask some questions first. When do we usually see a rainbow? When does rainbows appear? Very good. So, the rainbow appear, or we usually see a rainbow after the rain. When the sun comes out to shine right after the rain. Very good. So, another question, if the sun is behind us, where can we see the rainbow? Very good. So, if the sun is behind us, we can see the rainbow in front of the sky. Okay, because the rainbow is always opposite to the sun. Okay, very good. Now, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, repeat after me. The 7 colors that we can see on a rainbow arc red being outermost are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, purple. So there are 7 colors that we can see on a rainbow arc. Now let's have some question. How many colors we can see on a rainbow arc? Very good. 7 colors. Then what are the colors of a rainbow arc? Very good. So there are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple. Very good. Now let's read our next slide. We can call these 7 colors a spectrum. Everybody repeat after me, spectrum. Very good. So the several colors or the 7 colors that we see in a rainbow is what we call the spectrum. Next, the spectrum of light is separated into 7 rainbow colors when light passes through drops of water in the air. So we already know that the rainbow or the spectrum is separated into 7 rainbow colors, right? So we can see this rainbow colors or the spectrum when the light from the sun passes through the droplets of water in the air. So we sometimes see a rainbow or spectrum on the fountains or a waterfalls. Okay, because if there is sunlight and there is droplets of water in the air, it can be reflected and we can see a rainbow or the spectrum colors. Okay, next slide. White light and colorful light. Okay, so now we will discuss how can we see the rainbow, the several colors of the rainbow. How can we see it? Okay, let's first read the first bullet. Repeat after me. Light rays enter a raindrop from the opposite direction. Very good. So the sun is in this side. The opposite side of the sun is this side. Okay? So it says that the light rays or the white light will enter the raindrop. So let's say that this is the upper part of the raindrop. Okay, so the white light will enter the raindrop, which is water. So we know how light travels in waters. The light travels slowly in water. Okay, now let's read first the second bullet. Repeat after me. White light will be refracted. Very good. So as I said, that light travels slowly in water. That's why the light will bend or will be refracted. Okay, so the light refracted. Next, let's read the third bullet. Repeat after me. White light will disperse into separated colors. Very good. So we all know that when white light enters a medium or a transparent material, the white light will now disperse into several colors, which what we call the spectrum. Okay, so did you remember the last topic that we talked about, the prism? We talked about the white light entering a transparent material, and the white light then dispersed or separated into different colors. And that different colors is what we call the spectrum. Okay, so it's same as this one. The white light enters or passes through a transparent material and water. That's why it bended and it dispersed to different colors. So the outermost color is the red color. So since we are talking about the raindrop on the upper part. Okay, so now some of the light will exit, but some of the light will also be reflected. Okay, so as the raindrop is on the upper side, the red color will be now reflected through our sight. Okay, that's why we see the red color on the upper part of the rainbow. Okay, so the fourth bullet, let's read together. The reflected light leaving the rainbow is spread over a wide angle, which is 42 degrees. Very good. So the reflected light, okay, this one, the reflected light is spread in a wide angle, which is 42 degrees. Okay, that's where we see the red color. The first reflection, the upper part, is 42 degrees. Okay, the red color. Now, if we look at the downward or the lower part of the raindrop, it happens, the same thing happens, okay? So the light hits the raindrop and refracted. The light then dispersed into colors. Since this raindrop is in the lower part of the air, okay, so the raindrop will then reflect the lower part of the spectrum, which is color blue or violet. Okay, so it will refract and reflect to our sight. Okay, so the reflected light, the angle of the reflected light on the lower part of the raindrop is at 40 degrees. Okay. Okay, so now let's ask some questions. What happens when the white light enters the raindrop? What is the first thing that will happen? Very good. So when the white light enters or hits the raindrop, the light will be refracted. It will be refracted. Very good. So the next question, what also happens in white light when it passes through a transparent material like the prism or the raindrop? What happened to the color of the white light? Very good. So the white light will now disperse into separated colors. Okay, very good. Now let's move on to the next slide. Okay, let's read the paragraph. The observer sees red light coming from droplets of water higher in the sky, while droplets of water lower in the sky send violet lights to the eyes. Okay, so I've already explained this one, right? So, let's example, this is the observer or a human being, okay, looking at the rainbow. Okay, so the observers will see the light coming from the higher droplets in the sky. he sees the red light from the higher raindrops. And the observer also sees the violet color on the lower part of the sky. Okay, so the red, because being the outmost color in the spectrum, it's on the higher part. And the lower color in the spectrum, which is the violet, we see on the lower part of the sky. Now the question, how does the observer sees the red light from the rainbow? Is it higher or lower in the sky? Very good. So the observer sees the red light coming from the droplets of the higher part in the sky. Now, how can the observer sees the violet light? Is it higher or lower part? Very good. Of course, it's the lower part of the droplet in the sky. As in the spectrum, the violet is on the least color of the spectrum. Very good, students. Okay, now repeat after me. Spinning the rainbow top has proved that the 7 colors of rainbow are the spectrum of white light. Very good. So it says that they prove that these 7 rainbow colors, when they spin this one very, very fast, the color that is showing is only the color of white. Okay? So again, they prove that the 7 colors of the rainbows are the spectrum of white light. Because when they spin this very, very fast, the color that is showing is the color white. Okay, that's why we know that white light is composed of different colors or several colors. Very good. Now let's do our exercise for this topic, which is fill in the blanks, complete the sentence. Get your notebooks or your paper and write as follows. Number 1. Rainbow is a natural blank. Number 1. Rainbow is a natural blank. Number 2. The center of the rainbow is always blank to the sun. Number 2. The center of the rainbow is always blank to the sun. And number 3. We normally see the combination of all colors as blank. Number 3. We normally see the combination of all colors as blank. Number 4. We call the set of these 7 colors a blank. Number 4. We call the set of these 7 colors a blank. Number 5. The observer sees red light coming from droplets of water blank in the sky. Number 5. The observer sees red light coming from droplets of water blank in the sky. Very good. Now let's do our summary. Let's see what we learned today. So we talk about the spectrum of light, the rainbow colors. So when do we usually see a rainbow? When do we usually see a rainbow? Very good. So when the sun comes out to shine right after the rain. So we see the rainbow when the sun comes out to shine right after the rain. Next, what are the colors that we see on a rainbow arc? What are the colors that we see on a rainbow arc? Very good. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and purple. Next, what do we call these 7 colors? Very good. We call it spectrum. And how are we able to see a rainbow? How are we able to see a rainbow again? Very good. When the white light enters the raindrop, the light is dispersed into spectrum. The light is also refracted and reflected to our eyesight. That's why we can see the rainbow.
So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you all learned our lesson. Good job, everyone. Don't forget to watch the friendly reminders for your safety. See you again.
Thank you, everybody. Don't forget to wash your hands, wear your mask, stay at home, eat healthy, and we will see you soon. Goodbye.